as usual, I'm watching something. I'm watching a movie, and it made me think of something very specific, and I wanted to share it. Um, there's a movie called Apartment 7A that's on Paramount, their streaming app, and probably on Amazon. Um, Something that this movie reminded me, because I've had this thought before. Um, all of the movies that deal in like demonic shit, like demonic possession, uh, religious overtones, not just movies either. There's a lot of media, there's a lot of entertainment, because that's pretty much all this place is entertainment. And I don't mean entertainment in the sense of what it is usually referred to as. Entertainment is like programming, like TV programming to program oneself or the mind to subconsciously believe in things or to put stock in things. Entertainment. Um, what I've noticed in this movie, though, kind of like led me to a thought that I don't think many people have when they watch these things or when they think of the physics, let's call it, of how Abrahamic religion works. I won't put it on all religion, though I don't really like the concept of religion as much as I think spirituality and a connection directly to the first is way more important and way more earnest. There's a scene in this movie, spoiler alert. Fuck you, watch the movie. But I guess, spoiler alert. They do that thing where the character is kind of learning like something bad is happening, although she should have learned that shit way sooner, which is very common for these types of movies. But she learns that something's happening, so she's starting to kind of dig around and try to find things out, right? She finds someone's belongings that this has happened to before, the ordeal that she's going through, and she picks up their Bible and crucifix. And as she's reading a section of the Bible that the one before them outlined, the Bible burns her. It burns a cross into her hand. And while the initial response to that is to be like, oh shit, she's possessed, or there's a demon baby in her, or whatever you want to view that as, one of the things that this isn't an original thought. Many people have come to this before. Um, Many intellectuals, I would think. But if the God of the Bible, and let me preface by saying, because many, I think, would come across these videos or have come across these videos and think that I'm like a godless fucking goblin or something. I'm not. I believe in the first. I just know the difference between the first and whatever the fuck it is that has dominion over this place. Even in said Bible, it says that this is the domain of the devil, right? So, let me just get that straight. I do believe in the first. I believe in a creator above the one that everyone gives credence to, above the one that is a jealous God and did all the horrible atrocities that are in the old texts, the um, Old Testament, and all of these other texts where the God that's being venerated is not very nice, not a very good deity being. Anyway, if you were to pick up a religious relic like a Bible or a crucifix or some sort of relic that is meant to protect you, and it fucking burns you, most people seem to take that as, oh, I'm too far gone. I'm too far gone. I can't be protected by God anymore. And many times in the movie, they make a big show of, dropping them low into a valley and then bringing them back up a hill. Sometimes they're saved, sometimes they're not. Regardless, though, we're not looking at the undertones of what's happening. What's being shown is That same deity, that same being that is purported to have dominion over all, that created the same devil that everyone is fearful of in those religions. I'm not saying everyone is, but the depiction is saying, and this isn't just the depiction, this is what, you know, I'll say Abrahamic religions again are perpetuating, because these themes come from that religion, right? Those religions, those three religions. If you are able to be taken over, or if you are able to be cursed, or if you are able to be stricken down by said antagonist, we'll call it, or antagonists, to be honest, because if there's multiple deities, there's multiple demons, multiple devils, whatever, then where's that power that you were just talking about? If you created these demons, if you created these devils, why are they able to overpower you with one of your children, quote unquote? Do you understand what I'm saying? If you pick up a religious relic and it burns you, where was your protection? If your faith in said, storm god is so strong that you are a true believer, why aren't you being protected from said demons and devils? This is something that truly bothers me. And the only answer I've ever gotten back to that question is, you're just being tested. You're being tested. If you truly know the faith of the being that is being tested, why do you need to test them? You know all, right? You see all. You created all. You wrote all. Then why do you need to test this? Why do you need this being to suffer? Why don't beings that deal in and believe in these things ask these questions? It's a very superficial and surface level situation. It's not something that requires a lot of deep thought and philosophy. Do you understand what I mean? All those movies about possessions and about hauntings and about all that religion based shit are showing you something without you really thinking about it. And most of us are not old enough to ask the right questions. We just kind of see it, and subconsciously we either accept it or we don't. And both of those answers are wrong. Accepting it is dumb. Not accepting it is also dumb. It's accomplishing one of two intended things. It's either getting you to not believe in anything at all, which is fucking stupid, or getting you to not question anything and believe in everything that is perpetuated upon you, which is also fucking stupid. Do you get what I mean? Like the the concept of you're one of that God's children, right? And you pick up a Bible and it burns you. Why would that be allowed to happen? Why would you be allowed to be haunted? Why would you be allowed to be possessed? Why would you, like, these things don't make sense for an omnipotent being to allow these things to happen to one of his children for very little reason. And you could argue, just for the sake of conversation, you could argue that it is to teach the soul valuable lessons. These lessons can be learned without shit like that. There's a majority of beings that are being taught the very same lessons without being fucking haunted or, mashed into the ground by perpetual, like, just shittiness of life. They're learning lessons also. And to take it a step further, if we are coming back here, many people now subscribe, including many like Adamic or Abrahamic focused beings, believe that we keep coming back here, right? Why do you need to have some of these things happen ever? It's not necessary to learn. It's like the concept of fuck. To use a personal example, when I was taught the alphabet, I was taught it by multiple people, as many of us are teachers, parents, so on and so forth. Was it necessary for my dad to take a belt and tell me to say the ABCs, and if I wavered as a young child, to use that belt to correct my mistake? Do you understand what I'm saying? It's the same concept. It's not necessary. You don't need that to teach. You don't need to hurt to teach. You don't need to harm or endanger to teach. It's not, it doesn't make any sense. These are things that I keep noticing within the entertainment that is being like continuously perpetuated. Y'all know I love movies. Y'all know I love writing stories, but it's really hard to find one that is really teaching some sort of lesson that is believable or necessary or both. And it it just doesn't make sense to me that the same God that, at least in newer texts, because the old texts are wild as fuck, perpetuates the concepts of love and forgiveness and, community and so on and so forth, would put people through these ordeals that we keep seeing these stories of, and some of them are true stories, and this really happened, and so on and so forth. That doesn't make any fucking sense, dude. You know? That's just interesting to me that so many people can watch, read, listen to, and hear about these things and not come to the same conclusion. Well, why would you do that? Why would you do that to your child, to the soul that came from you, to a piece of you? Why would you do that? It's very strange that that's not more widely asked as a question. And I mean, I know the reason that I think that is. I think if you watch other videos that I've done, you'll be pretty you'll be pretty fucking you know, close to what at least I think about it. Not saying that I'm trying to change anyone's minds. That's not true. I am. I'm trying to help. I'm genuinely trying to help. I don't like all that shit about like we came here to save the souls of the blah blah blah, all that fucking Star Wars shit that people are perpetuating to each other right now, but there are many of us here that really do want everyone to be okay. Nothing too crazy about it. Just want everyone to be okay and want people to not suffer and want people to be empowered. Not in a greedy way, not in a malicious way or a malevolent way, but to be empowered and to understand themselves, to understand their sovereignty and their soul, rather than this thing that we walk around in for under a century. Even that felt corny to say, but it's true. But if you love movies like I do, if you love media, shows, literature, stories like I do, you can also see the manipulation. And as much as I have gotten to a point now where I don't like to push the concepts of like, Illuminatis and Luciferians and all that old stupid shit that those people don't even truly understand. There is something to those concepts. They just don't understand what they're saying. Luciferianism is, anybody that practices Luciferianism is a fucking idiot. Like that's like being a Satanist. You're dumb. I don't have another way to say that. If you practice that, it's the same thing as being a Christian or a Muslim or a Jew. I'm gonna get fucked up for this video, bro. I'm talking shit. My bad. Yeah, that's all one and the same. If you are worshiping something instead of understanding that you are more. It's the same thing. To fool yourself into believing that one is more than the other is the trick. That's the fucking hat trick. So you're being led to be the adversary, which in essence, what's the adversary? Who's the adversary in Abrahamic religions? Who's the adversary? Right? So then what are you? I'm tripping, dude. I don't know. I'm watching this movie. It is a good movie. Apartment 7A. If you want to watch it, you should. It's good. I'm not shitting on it. Movies are good. Books are good. I'm not saying that these things are bad. You just can't like let them do shit to you up here. Don't let it do things to make you believe stuff that isn't logical. Within the same token, there are many things that are in movies that are very, very alchemical and esoteric. There's some occult stuff in there that's real, but most of the time it's to get you to do one of those two things, to believe in some very, very religious heavy shit, or to not believe in some religious heavy shit, which thereby makes you not believe in spiritual shit a lot of the time. Anybody that calls himself an atheist is not a spiritual person, so I guess all the time. But I don't know, that's what I noticed. I don't really have a whole lot. I intend on doing a few this weekend, but as I'm sure all of you know, working makes things very difficult. The frequency at which my videos have been coming are because I work now. I work instead of taking care of my kid. So I'm gonna get back to this movie. I'm gonna watch more shit. It's probably gonna make me think more shit. I'll probably do more of these or shorts or whatever community posts. If you have any thoughts on what I said in this video, it'd be cool if you shared them. I'm not doing algorithm shit. I'm not trying to get you to comment so that I can get pushed up in an algorithm. I'm genuinely interested as to whether or not anyone has noticed these things, you know? These fucking these fucking horror movies, dude. I love horror movies, but they're always trying to get you to either believe or not believe. It's one and the same. They're doing the same thing. It's almost, it's, if you think about it, it's the same thing as like, are you a Christian, Muslim, or Jew, or are you a Satanist? When really those are one and the same. It's the same shit. Same, you're, those are the same beings that you're dealing with, that you're venerating, that you're giving yourself to. Not doing any of that shit, dude. I'm me. I venerate me. There are others that are siblings to me and other family members to me, you know, spiritually. But I worship none. I bow to none. And that's not Satanist shit. It's not like sacrilegious. Just, why do I need to fucking bow to you, dude? If you love me, why do I need to bow to you? You understand? Just doesn't make any sense. There's so much shit about this place that doesn't make sense, that people don't ask themselves about or question, that I can't stop thinking about. That's all I think about day in and day out, is what the fuck is this place? Why is it like this? Why is everyone so like, this is such a beautiful place and I love this and the trees, I'm tree hugging, and it's just, it's so fucking stupid, dude. I'm not saying I hate it. I kind of do though. I'm sure you could tell that. But it's because it makes people suffer for little to no reason, you know? People will suffer their whole lives and clutch to some sort of viewpoint or some sort of belief that legitimately does nothing for them, and then they move on to something afterward, and neither you or I have any idea what that is. We're told a bunch of stuff and we make fun of each other for it too. You know, something I noticed after 9/11 was a lot of patriots were shitting on the, what is it, 72 virgins and this and this and this and all that shit. They're being told goofy shit, just like you're being told goofy shit. Do you think you're going to a kingdom in the sky? Not to be offensive, I'm just trying to make a point. You know? Do you think you're going to a kingdom in the sky with the storm god who's so loving and welcoming that he gave you such a great experience in the previous situation, which would be here? You know? It just I don't understand that. Doesn't make any sense. I don't understand why more people don't notice these things. Maybe it has, I don't know. I'm not even gonna fucking make conjecture on that, but the more that I study and the more that my mind allows the alchemy to happen, the more that I'm like, you know what? This is fucking dumb. And I won't stop like trying to learn or understand, but the more that I do learn and understand, the more that I'm like, oh, this doesn't matter. Go look at the masters. Those that all of the goofy people on these channels that charge you money for readings and shit, those ascended masters that they talk about, go look into the things that they wrote toward the end. Most of them that were like, this doesn't matter. None of this matters. Just don't be a piece of shit. That's essentially the entirety of it all. Go look at the ascended masters' teachings and works, and over and over and over again, they are saying to you, don't be a piece of shit, don't put too much stock into this, and don't let it beat you. That's pretty much it. Over and over. What's up, Infinity? you, you caught me tripping on the people, bruh. What's up, Ronan? Do y'all get what I'm saying, though? I'm not trying to be a dick to these people that believe in these things. And to be honest, if you need that to survive through this, I understand. I do. I'm not, because people go through real shitty stuff sometimes. And sometimes you need to, it's the same concept as like, you know, creating a bond with your captor. Some people have to do that. Personally, if you kidnap me and keep me for a while, I'm going to think about fucking you up that whole time. I'm not loving shit. I'm not building a bond with shit. I may act as though I am, but as soon as I get a chance, I'm fucking you up. You know? That's the way that I view it. But not everyone is the same. We're all captives in a place, and we're all going to have different responses to that captivity. I get that. I feel like if I share my viewpoints and thoughts sometimes, that maybe more of us will understand that we are not what we're being told that we are. And we have little hints. We have so many little hints. Again, like, not trying to, I'm saying this for the sake of not trying to make this a long video, but I have many videos talking about the little hints and like clues that we have. Some videos are long, some videos are short. I don't know, dude. Watch as you want. But like, there are many hints and clues to let us know that we are not what we're being told we are. And that has value. That can give you hope. The more that you understand, like, oh, so this isn't all this place here. This won't be it when I leave here. What I'm being told I have to go into. What if you don't want to fucking go to heaven? What if I want to make my own shit? You know? What if I want to make my own shit? Or go to one of my good brothers and sisters' creations for a little while and then make my own shit? What if I want to do whatever the fuck I want to do? You know? I'm reading the stuff that people are saying. Stockholm Syndrome, true. That is a very good label for what it seems would be the epidemic. Not even an epidemic, the norm. I mean, an epidemic has to be like a minority of people. This is like most people. So, yeah, Stockholm syndrome would seem to be the norm. True, Ronan, you can't talk to people about stuff like this. I'm already tripping about some of the shit I said in this video. Like, people in my life have access to these videos, and it's been weaponized against me before. But, you know, it's not that I don't care, but why is it that when I say certain things that don't harm anyone, you can villainize me, but if I say other things that are equally as charged, but they're towards certain pigments or areas of people or religious sects, like, why is that okay? You know? And it shifts at certain times. Like right now, it's okay to talk about certain people, but not other people currently. At least within our geographic, it's not even geographic, it's more like internet based. Your IP address. Why is it okay to talk about certain people and shit in your IP area? You know? Weird. I agree, Infinite. I kind of say it every time I talk. You know? You got to declare your own sovereignty. You got to remind yourself. It's mostly to remind yourself, honestly. You are declaring it also to others, but it's to remind yourself just as much so that you can make it through the things that you go through here. I don't know. Uh, that's kind of all I have. I should probably get off here before I say some truly reckless shit because I'm kind of leaning in that direction currently. I love you all. You are my family, and I hope you're having a good experience today. I'll probably see you again today. All right, peace.